The Buzz, Australia's only live, interactive social media program on free-to-air TV, is proudly brought to you by z03e02, Australia's premier ISP for all of your high-speed home and business internet needs.
Welcome back to The Buzz. We've got some tweets to read out.
We do. Apparently Henry Bean says Cook's beard looks more like George Clooney with each passing week. It's got to be the beard. He then went on to say that Candace Barnes looks more like Anne Hathaway each week. He wants to know, does he then win a prize? He goes on to say Jason looks more like Christian Bale with each passing week. And Joe added he thinks he's a bachelor like George Clooney, which is interesting because I don't know Joe.
That's it. That's the extent of all the tweets.
Figures I'm a bit of a player. Well, somebody doesn't like the fact we're on Tuesday.
Well, we're repeating on a Thursday, though, so you can still watch us on a Thursday.
7:30?
7:30.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. It's like we never changed. Well, that's it.
Oh, except for the Tuesday 5 o'clock thing.
Right, yes. And it is repeated quite often for some reason.
Is it? I know.
Very popular show.
Over Christmas, people were saying, I saw you on telly. I'm going, man.
Potentially award-winning this show. I would just like to say as well a big thank you to z03e02, who's actually sponsoring the show. We love you guys. Thanks so much. Speaking of someone else that we love a lot, Candace.
Oh, stop it, you guys. I'm about to show you an app that Jason told me to review because he really likes it. But hey, we'll see. I'll make up my own mind in a minute.
And then you thought better and got the other app.
Yeah.
Hey, I did that last week. That's fine. This is called Z-Box, and it's creating a little bit of a stir around the place at the moment. If you like to watch TV and you like to watch TV live and you like to interact on social media while you're watching your TV, so if you've got your screen in front of your screen, then Z-Box is the app for you. One of the major problems with Z-Box is that while you can interact for shows appearing on all of the major networks, there is no support for community television.
Oh,
so
terrible app.
If you're going to download Z-Box and if you're going to look at Z-Box and you're going to interact with Z-Box, probably don't do it on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock because we'd really appreciate your company. Anyway, one of the things I really like about it, and it is quite simple and there are other apps that do this, is the TV guide. I mean, I am not one to buy the newspaper every weekend, mostly because I can't be bothered getting up to buy it. So it'd be nice to just roll over in the morning, just wake up and have a look and see what's on TV so I can continue my lazy sedentary lifestyle. But also I can tweet other people who happen to be watching the show if I don't know anything about them or what's going on. So apparently what's hot on TV right now, Home and Away. So you could be watching Home and Away right now. But no, you're a lot more sensible and you're watching The Buzz, so thank you very much. That's hot right now. And the World Cup qualifier is attracting 6 tweets a minute. Not that we care about that because you're watching The Buzz and this is all the social media fix you need. So thanks for watching. If you're watching right now, we're going to give you a buzz factor of 10 out of 10. But for the app itself, because it's free and because it's interesting, I'm going to give it a 6.5. That's not bad.
That's fair enough.
That's generous in her terms.
That's generous.
What would you give Christian Bale, Candace?
Because I'm the bad man. He's the bad
Something
man.
not suitable for television, you guys.
You're too fast, Candace.
I'll give you something from the No Shit Sherlock files. Right here. Electricity is painful, okay, but this guy had to do it the hard way.
A power supply like this one that can generate 70 amps doesn't necessarily hurt you at all if the voltage is set very low. Observe. Oh! Who the hell set this to 25 volts? Before using a power supply, always make sure its level is set properly. That's it, I can't really go over 6.5 volts. So it was confirmed. According to my sensors, the AC hertz at RMS level is half of the DC level. Anything for science.
A very stupid man and a very weak man, Paul Cook, because I can get a 9-volt battery. He was 6.25 volts. I can get a 9-volt battery.
I've heard about where you put a 9-volt battery.
I hold that to my tongue like that forever.
Yeah, and a D size. I hear you've got a trick for that one too.
Yeah, but 6.25 volts and he was giving up on it.
Yeah, but that was you're getting your AC and your DC
It's all
mixed
electricity.
Up.
It is.
There's different.
You know, once they actually, like the guy when he was demoing AC electricity, he actually electrocuted an elephant for demonstration purposes.
Do you know the guy who was up against AC, Mr. DC, in the early 20th century said, no, you use AC for the electric chair, otherwise people think DC is too dangerous. Part of the reason why we use AC.
That would be Tesla versus Edison.
There you go, well done.
Very, very good.
Do you know they could put electricity through the air, but they chose not to because they couldn't charge people?
They can still do it. They're doing it again now, wireless charging. All right, let's move along before we get in trouble from the production crew. Kit Kats and Oreos. I mean, I love chocolate and those sorts of things.
And more chocolate.
But I saw this interaction occur, and I thought that is just fantastic because Kit Kat kind of reached out.
Yeah.
And Oreos just did the whole bitch slap and knocked them right back down again.
So obviously what this young girl has done is said, can't tell I like chocolate a bit too much when I'm following Kit Kat and Oreo. And then obviously Kit Kat and Oreo have decided to jump on, saying Kit Kat did the fight is on for Laura Ellen XX's affections. Your move, Oreo. And then posted a little picture of what do they call that? Tic-tac-toe thing?
Kit Kats.
Yeah, Kit Kat Co. And everybody waited anxiously, apparently, for the fight to escalate. So probably great for marketing on both companies.
That is using social media for marketing in a very clever way.
How it should be used.
Nobody would object to. You know, we've seen a lot of marketing.
Are they owned by the same company?
I don't know if they are. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
It could have been a complete setup.
Absolute setup, I wonder.
You put the tinfoil cap on now.
Yeah. I've been trying to do the same thing with one of the chicken stores here with a chicken roll and trying to score a free one for months.
Yeah, so if you want to give us a free chicken roll in exchange for some social media
Your
marketing,
name would have been said here, it's not.
That's it. Or
because
pizza,
you're crap at giving out
perhaps
free
even
rolls.
ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream.
Any of those. We'd be happy to eat on camera.
Curry.
And perhaps even give away.
That's right.
Marketing.
Kebabs.
Think about it, marketing. We could win here.
We got another thing.
Somebody who did a great job with marketing is a 17-year-old guy out of Britain/Australia, because he's part of both.
Yeah.
He put together an application called Summly, Summly, that you can download. And what it does is it brings big, complicated news stories down into little bite-sized components, so you can read it really quickly.
And think you know about it.
He just sold it for $30 million.
Oh, how old is he?
17.
God, there's a few of these. There's quite
$million.
a few of these little prodigies getting about who are getting onto these great ideas and making millions at a young age.
I don't know if it is a good idea, or if it's just he had the right contacts in the right place at the right time.
He can market it, and people, and a lot of you and I, running the companies, go, I don't know what the kids want. Little 17-year-olds invented something. You go, well, the kids probably like that.
Yes.
I'll buy
Speaking
that.
of something that the kids like, Candace,
Yeah.
Easter's coming.
I know, I'm playing this awesome game that I want to show you. It's really quite cute, except for the ads which are on it at the moment. It's called the Easter Bunny Egg Hunt 3D. And basically, as you can see, there's not a whole lot to it. You're this cute little bunny, and you run around and you collect the eggs, and it's really quite sweet. It's not the kind of thing that you're probably going to...
Sweet.
Candace, you're very lovely to look at, but
I know.
Can you step to the side so that we can see
Let me move away so you can actually see
We
the
want to see your
graphics.
bunny.
We want to see the bunny.
It is really quite sweet. Look at it jump.
Oh.
In the way that bunnies do.
You're not very good at getting. There's an egg over there. Get the blue
Oh
one.
my
get the
God!
blue one. Yay!
Help! It's probably not the kind of app you're going to keep after Easter.
How
For
much
about
is it?
2 minutes.
It's free. It's free.
Oh.
It's absolutely free.
Oh.
It's absolutely free to use. But there's only one level, which is the problem, and there's no paid version. So this is it.
Oh,
What
that's
you
good.
see
So
is
the
what you
kids
get.
can't do the in-app purchasing.
The kids can't do the in-app
and spend
purchasing.
$7,000.
Absolutely. The worst they can do is click on that ad at the bottom for Marvel War of Heroes.
Do you know
free
what you
game.
could do? Is save putting Easter eggs around, get them to play the app. Every time they get an egg on the app, just throw an egg at them.
I like it.
Or, alternatively, don't and not have fat kids.
Oh!
Simple.
Don't give kids chocolates.
Not
That's
too
Candace's
much.
advice.
We won't mention it, but
Not
gee,
too
who does
much.
Candace work for?
No one anymore, actually.
Is it? Oh, you hit it here first.
I am changing my occupation. I do start somewhere new in 2 weeks, and I will let you know when the time is appropriate.
Roll, stay tuned.
Hello.
All right. Now, Candace, I know that in their day you were a very, very big fan of the Backdoor Boys.
And who wasn't?
Backstreet's back, apparently, when we were ready for them to go away forever. But they're back, and they're banking on the back of something that we also wish would go away, the Harlem Shake. So here's the Backstreet Boys' take on the Harlem Shake, just because.
Do the Harlem Shake.
You can be assured that that will be the first and the last time anything to do with the Harlem Shake will appear on this particular program.
Until Jason starts doing it as the title scroll.
I swear that I have not actually seen the Harlem Shake yet.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Deliberately chose not to.
I once met a guy who said that he'd never fed the chickens. And he said it with a straight face. He said, I've never fed the chickens. And I said, there are only two kinds of men in this world, those that have fed the chickens and liars.
Yeah. But I still haven't seen the Harlem Shake. Now, changing to a slightly more...
You know he has.
I haven't.
You have.
I haven't, promise.
You're such a liar.
I swear I haven't. Slightly more serious now.
Okay.
Rohingya. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware of
Devastatingly serious.
what is going on in Burma, Myanmar, at the moment. But there is, I guess, I don't know, maybe the best way to describe it is ethnic cleansing going on over there at the moment. You can actually see here, if you just, it's on screen at the moment, Anonymous puts the plight of the Rohingya people in the Twitter spotlight. There's actually a video that's available now on YouTube that goes on to describe how Anonymous feels about what's happening to the Rohingya people and wondering why it is that nobody in the West or countries that have any kind of power is doing something to stop all these people just being killed and very often tortured and raped.
Here's the thing, interesting angle on this, because I had a look at the video itself when it came up. There are actually quite a few videos also done by Islamic groups, because a lot of the people being persecuted in Burma are Muslim, because part of Myanmar borders with Pakistan. And they're saying if...
Pakistan, really?
Bangladesh. The other side of Pakistan.
The other side of India.
And they were saying if these were Christians, then what would be happening is, you know, Western countries would be up in arms and we'd be getting boats rescuing them.
Or if there was oil there.
Well, actually, if there's oil there, it never would have happened in the first place.
No, it wouldn't. The Americans would be in there straight away.
Yeah, so certainly, I guess it's great that these things come up. I am always a bit dubious of Anonymous in the way they put things. I found the video a little simplistic. I found the dialogue a little boring, but certainly I guess they're very good at promoting the spread.
They're raising awareness, and that in itself has got tremendous value.
Yep.
There's something like 800,000 Rohingya people over there, and the UN considers them to be one of the world's most persecuted minorities. They're actually a Muslim population in the state of Rakhine and a minority to the Rakhine Buddhists that occupy that area.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't imagine that, you know, there'd be a lot of violence between Buddhists and Muslims, but that's definitely happening.
Look, well, I think if we've learned anything, we've learned there's violence everywhere in the world. One of the things I will say, though, is if there are kids watching at home, don't click on it unless you like seeing people being burnt alive.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Which is, reasonably unpleasant.
Now, on the east coast of the United States, there's been yet another meteor. Can you believe it?
No.
Yeah.
Can I believe it? Can you believe it?
Try and believe it.
If you see a picture, would you automatically believe it? Would you go, oh, that's true, or would you wait for confirmation?
It's disappeared. It was on your screen. And
there it is again.
Straight away.
Yeah, that's the question.
I don't know. Has it come out in the news yet that it was a real meteor? Because there is millions of people who claim that they saw it.
It's a real meteor. And
it's a real meteor.
It's been confirmed by the agencies over there.
Oh, well, there you go.
That there was a something somewhere.
So Candace is not just an expert on Earth weather, but on space weather as well.
Get up there.
But so there was a real meteor, but somebody's taken it the next step and posted a fake picture of a real meteor just to create.
That one was a real meteor too,
goodness.
and they're still trying to establish where that one came from. There are some things that it may have been over Russia, it may have been over New Zealand, it may have been one from a different point in the United States a couple of years back. I mean, meteors aren't really that uncommon, but...
Oh, she can talk, can't she?
Oh.
Well, she loves meteors. Get her started on meteors.
Yeah, that's it. That's enough.
Well, speaking of things falling out of the sky, how about people?
Somebody give me one more, cause I just ran out. I don't go to the clubs and I don't stand out. Off to the wall in the basement, partying. Doesn't matter what bar we in. Last night, it's the last night. It's the last night to do what we came to.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Much love.
That's what happens when you jump off things. Anyway, we want to find out from Candace who we should be following this week.
Oh, who, Candace?
Hey, well, we were talking before about whether Twitter changed the world or is at least making us more informed than ever before. And, well, I don't normally get you to follow celebrities or even suggest following celebrities, but this one is just a train wreck. Can't look away. Amanda Bynes is a 26, soon to be 27-year-old former Nickelodeon star who was having a very, very public breakdown. On Twitter, no less, and in real life, of course, but quite succinctly defined on Twitter about certain things that she wants certain pop stars to do to her certain nether regions. It's all quite weird. She's got these weird new piercings going on. She's declared that she hates everyone bar the 5 people that she follows, which is kind of not doing great things with her fan base, who are all kind of collectively going, hey, we kind of like you, why do you hate us?
But Candice, what does it actually mean? I see the second tweet there that she's got 4 days ago. I want Drake to murder my vagina.
Correct.
What does that even mean?
I'll leave that up to your imaginations. We are on a 7 o'clock time.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it depends on which side of the fence you sit on. It depends on whether Drake would be willing to go there. So that's probably fine. That's probably enough for that one. The next one, let's bring the intellectual up a touch. It's one that
if a girl
Jason's
said, sorry, Candice, if a girl said to you, Jason, I want you to murder my vagina, what would your first instinct be?
Should I call the cops?
Yeah, do I put a stick of dynamite in there? Sorry, Candice.
Sorry. Let's move on.
Let's bring
our producers are telling us that we've done this one and we should move on.
Done. Let's move on. Mental_floss is the next one that I'd suggest you follow, and it's an American magazine dedicated to all things weird and wonderful. A lot of weird facts, which I love. So it is a little bit American focused, but there are some really great worldwide stats and some really worldwide kind of interesting facts. And I'll give you an example. Apparently there is a city in Turkey called Batman.
I'm the Batman.
And isn't your life better knowing that? Just 'cause. Anyway, the final one that I have for you today is a bit more local. It's at Museum of Perth. It's a Twitter account for a museum which isn't actually built yet, but it is in the planning stages. It's dedicated to reviving Perth's history, not just WA's history in general, but all the buildings that have since been lost or renovated or have been demolished to make way for freeways and such. It's, a little bit of a blast from the past, and for people like me who haven't been around all that terribly long, it's really nice to see some of the architecture which has now been
There really is a great,
demolished.
There's a Facebook page and there's that Twitter page. It is awesome, some of the architecture we had here in Perth that we've just bulldozed down.
But not all of it has been bulldozed down.
No, some of it still stands.
Some of it's still there. Like you walk down the Hay Street Mall and it's all shops, but if you ever take the time to look up,
every now and again,
there is all these amazing old buildings up there, and you sort of think to yourself, what are they using them all for?
I wonder if they're going to keep Fast Eddie's in Morley, for 100 years and go, oh, it was a heritage building.
Yeah, and the one in Carousel as well.
That's right.
Yeah, no, terrible stuff. Folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We enjoy it as always. You can always communicate with us, even when we're not on air, by using #TheBuzz on Twitter and jumping on our Facebook page as well.
Yep. Tweets, Gareth says this tweet would have reached the buzz sooner, but I'm not with Zetanet. Just getting out of here.
If you're with Zetanet, you'll get fast internet, and it's reliable too.
Absolutely. And who else have we got a buzz from? Woohoo, Cahill scored a goal. Australia's still down a goal. What? Do you have a spare iPad? The buzz. I think
yes.
People are getting confused with their buzzes.
Don't forget you can watch our repeats on Thursday as well. But in the meantime, our potentially award-winning show says goodbye, and it's goodbye from the cast and the crew. We'll catch you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Thanks for watching. See ya.
The Buzz, Australia's only live, interactive social media program on free-to-air TV, was proudly brought to you by Zetanet, Australia's premier ISP for all of your high-speed home and business internet needs.